on, lovely folk. We're getting into the Cancerian reading here. I would like to start out with welcoming any new viewers. Thank you for joining this community, and also so much appreciation for any of the support that you've given, likes and comments and shares. And let's just go ahead and get started here. I did want to start off saying, I know I have been feeling this. I am a Cancerian myself, and for like a week now, I've already been feeling this coming in, but Mars will be entering Cancer, the sign of Cancer, if I have this up in time, by tomorrow on the 4th. So this could have, a more profound effect on both Aries and Cancerians. This is also just a busy month with a lot of different aspects. So I am not well versed in this, so this is something you can look into yourself, the different aspects of September. But I just know I've felt Mars knocking on the door of Cancer, and for the past week I have had many dreams about my family and emotions having to do with that throughout childhood, and making me examine some of my feelings. And so perhaps this is something you've been experiencing or will experience throughout that aspect, which it is in Cancer until November 3rd, I believe it was. And then it'll leave Cancer and be back in Cancer. I believe it was sometime in January, but we'll have a little bit of a break from that. I think, okay, so Cancer is the debilitating sign for Mars, and I think Cancerians also can struggle. I know myself, I struggle with handling Mars energy as well, in the sense of, in some regards, there's always pros and cons, but I do, I can say myself as a Cancerian that I, really do not like the feelings of frustration or anger. This might be a period where you deal with any repressed anger. If you're like me and you try not to ever, you don't find yourself getting angry very often, there could be, some repressed anger of things that have happened, because anger is, a normal, healthy human emotion. And, if you don't handle feeling anger well, you might suppress it and bottle it up, which I think, you can easily, I think Cancerians are very good at facing emotions and not repressing things. So I think we do work through a lot that it perhaps doesn't, we might work through a lot of this stuff, so we do just have an ability to let go of some of the things that could cause anger, or we're just naturally more passive anyways, that it takes more, you gotta push the button a lot. You have to really egg on the bear to get it to roar. But so we're not quick to anger anyways, but you know, you still might not like the feelings of anger, perhaps because when you do roar, you roar. And so you, you know, might sometimes not allow yourself to feel that and channel it into different things. So this is an opportunity to, you know, channel that anger and let yourself feel it and put it towards something healthy and beneficial. You know, let it be a positive fuel. And as long as you see it in like new light. So let's go ahead and get started here. There's a big gap there, grab that. Okay. We have marriage. This has been coming out a lot lately. We have cup. You should accept valid criticism. We have younger man. Dealings or relationship with a younger man. We have goldfish. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. We have cane. Pay attention to your health. We have rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. We have quill. Get back to the basics. Okay, this is bringing that song again. I think this came through somewhat recently, but dub effects, back to the basics. We have hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. And finally, we have wishbone, a wish granted. Okay, so let's get your tarot here. I see some of you taking a much needed period of rest. Perhaps you might start off busy, you might or have been just very busy, and a period of rest is coming in for some spiritual growth. Maybe this rest is going to, you know, be in looking at your health as well. You might struggle with sleep in this period with the Mars entering the sign of Cancer. So do try to get more rest. I've had the revelation recently that like I myself went through early childhood trauma, and it affected my sleeping cycle. That to this day, you know, it just in early development it can like really affect you. And I would get night terrors, and I would wake up as a kid, you know, throughout the night, or at least like I'd have a lot of dreams. And what happens is when you go through childhood trauma, you know, you have more cognitive and emotional stuff to deal with, and therefore you go into more REM sleep rather than deep sleep, because your brain is trying to do its best, and you need to develop in that way. And something that can happen with that though is, you know, it's early development and your body gets used to doing that. It gets used to that sleep cycle. So perhaps you don't get the best deep sleep, but you get a lot of REM, perhaps a lot of dreams. And it's created a great emotional wealth. And maybe Cancerians, this is true of them generally, because we are very emotional beings. But yeah, I am getting that for a reason. Perhaps that's something to look into for yourself. And what I got with that is, you know, you might not be able to change that sleep pattern, because if it's pretty established. Like myself, I've tried binaural beats, and they do help a little bit, but not really, not much with getting more deep sleep. You know, trying specifically to get the, is it the delta, the wave specifically that has to do with deep sleep. Very low hertz, 1 to 3, I believe, hertz. And again, while it helped in some ways, I still always wake out of it and go into like lighter forms of sleep, like REM especially. I get a lot of REM. And the only way really to counter that, to get more deep sleep, is to sleep longer hours. So that might be something you have to do. We have here judgment. This is again remind me of sleep. So yeah, a lot of you are going through a spiritual awakening or a period of spiritual growth. It might be good to meditate more. You will get messages within that and revelations. So throughout this period, there's going to be a lot of revelations for you, a lot of realizations and knowing, understanding yourself on a deeper level and the state of the world, and having this knowing and trust with the universe. We have 6 of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Swords in reverse. And we have the Ace of Wands. So I think you're going to be looking at childhood or familial dynamics and the exchanges that occur within them, and dealing with your emotions through that. And, you know, finding your reason to shine anyway. There perhaps was somebody who did not want to see you at your best. There could have been jealousy involved. There could have been just their own self-doubts, essentially. And so, you know, they tried to dull you or block you in some way. And perhaps even pass burdens onto you, their own burdens onto you. And I see you are not letting that get to you. You're choosing to shine anyways. You might have buffering periods, but this is something you're working through and choosing to shine anyway. We have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So this is wonderful. You are changing your mindset. Some of you are going to have a shift in your karma as well. I did get, okay, and that's this as well, that throughout this period with the Mars in the sign of Cancer, that you might struggle with burnout. It is retrograde in Cancer, so you might struggle with burnout, and you might and feelings of frustration, and sometimes struggling with a lack of drive, but you're going to push through. You definitely are going to push through. And that, let me see. Burn out. So take some time for extra self-care, especially if you do get burnt out. Go with the flow. Oh, and that you may feel more tired during this period. So again, that's that, try to get more sleep. It may be difficult for you to sleep in this time period, as I said, so try to give yourself self-care and, you know, create a conducive environment for it. And we also have the Ace of Cups, but it did come in reverse here. So it is going to be a little bit of a struggle to give yourself that self-care, and I think it's because you're going to be feeling a little tired and burnt out, but it will ultimately help you. You just might resist it. So I do see you resisting that, but it does help you, so do try to give yourself rest, a vacation, physically or mentally. Especially if you begin to overthink things. We do have a lot going on with Mercury as well in the aspects, and that can be, you know, overthinking or thinking in general and communication, and so yeah, do let your mind rest. But there is a wish granted, so don't fret about this Ace of Cups being in reverse. We have a cup here as well. Okay, so that says you should accept valid criticism. So sometimes things might make you feel, you know, you might receive some kind of criticism that makes you feel self-doubt, or, and this could have to do with this person as well, that has caused you to feel, you know, dull your shine a little bit. You know, that's more of a reason to fill your cup, to give yourself an extra dose of self-care and self-love. You know, self-care isn't all just about doing things to nurture yourself. That is, you know, a huge part of it, because it really triggers things and the emotions in that way to be in a lighter feel. But it is also about just the way you talk to yourself, loving yourself, flaws and all, giving yourself grace and appreciating who you are for your whole story. You know, it's a beautiful tale, even if it doesn't always feel that way. Let's go ahead and clarify. Spirit guides, whoa, and angels. You know, that's quite a bit right there. You know, I think we got it there. Wow, okay. I'm going to read through these quickly because it is a lot here. So Queen of Wands. Yeah, I think that this spiritual journey that you've been on, you've been gaining a lot of confidence through it, because you've been having a lot of realizations and seeing things from new perspectives, and just a lot of growth and a lot of passion to do better, to make the life that you want for yourself. Seven of Wands, yeah, like you are winning here. That's all I can say. You're winning. You got this. Nine of Swords. Even though sometimes you might get scattered or feel overwhelmed, you have so much resilience and strength to get through this. I did get Elephant. You will move through this. Things will ease up for you as you go, or you will at least have this like greater tolerance to be able to handle things more efficiently. And I think that will come through, like that you've been giving yourself self-care, and you just might be, you know, using a lot of your passion to keep pushing through and win at life. And so you need to give yourself an extra dose of self-care and rest, because you have done a lot, and be proud of how the accomplishments you've made so far. King of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm seeing like even through this period of instability and feeling like you don't have it all together, like you've been, you know, really, I'm seeing like threading a tapestry, your story. Like you've had so many challenges to face, and yet you are creating this wonderful story for yourself. You are moving through it. Big shifts are going to occur. You might not feel secure in that right now, but they are occurring for you. So release your worries about this. It's gonna happen for you. Yeah, especially Ace of Pentacles here. You know, an offer is coming in, money is coming in, a sense of security and stability is coming in. It has felt like a challenge, but it is in the cards. You're going to show your resilience and continue to push through this. 8 of Swords. Yeah, it's like, without a doubt, you might feel this like overwhelm and doubts, but it's like it's strengthened you in some way, that even though you may not be able to see it coming in, you've moved through a lot and good things are coming. 3 of Hearts. Yeah, good things are coming. A celebration. You will be celebrated for this. The Hierophant in reverse. You know, even though you've had to take an unconventional route, which is why it's felt so unstable, you will be celebrating. You are being helped and guided through this. You're being carried through to find your rainbow. Know the difficult part is over. The world is at your fingertips. The world is your oyster. You have already put in so much. This good karma is coming for you. 10 of Hearts. Wow. Yeah. You are going to be so fulfilled with this. And we have Queen of Hearts in reverse. So I do think with that is having to do with this person. You know, despite the fact that, you know, they perhaps loved you in their own way, but they just, you know, you didn't feel it because it felt like they were holding you back and didn't want to see this for you. But, you know, despite that, it's going to happen for you. But again, it will be a little bit of a struggle to give yourself that self-care. So really ground yourself, really allow yourself to give yourself that. It will help ease the chaos, the turbulence in this period. Alright, let's go ahead and get your mystical healing reading cards. Alright, Spirit guides and angels, messages for Cancer, please. What do the beautiful Cancerians need to see? Messages for the Cancerians here. Any more guidance for the Cancerians here? Okay, so examine your integrity. I am getting with that. It's just about how, yeah, like your discipline is being tested here, because you are going to face some burnout and some exhaustion. But again, I see you pushing through it like it's nothing. Like, not that it's nothing, you will feel it, but it's like, despite the challenge, you're ready to, you're still gonna carry this, like, and it's like that build up, that last stride where it's like you can see, I mean, you might not necessarily see the end of the tunnel, but like it's like, you know, you're so close, and you just have this like oomph to get there, even though it feels like a challenge. You want to see this through. You just have this feeling of wanting to see this through. Ground yourself. So yes, it is very important right now to ground yourself, to meditate, to really connect to that spiritual growth. Throughout this whole Mars in the sign of Cancer period, it's going to be very important for you to stay grounded and give yourself self-care. Alright. Okay, Gypsy Oracle cards here. Spirit guides and angels, messages for Cancerians here. What do the wonderful Cancerians need to see for their highest good? Messages for Cancer. Okay. Well, with marriage here, we have Lover. So there's definitely an opportunity here for you. An offer of love. And we do see this in your cards. And this is for September, so you might meet somebody in September. You know, sometimes it can extend longer than that, but right, melancholy. So perhaps you're feeling the redundancy of moving through this energy. But again, I see you having the self-discipline and wanting to see it through. And we have the letter. So somebody might tell you how they feel. And it could be with a handwritten letter even. I am seeing that, like, very... Now, some might not necessarily hear about this right now, but there's somebody who is thinking of you. You have a secret admirer. Feeling like there is a few people here, especially with the Three of Cups. We do have quite a few court cards. So I think you're focusing on you right now. You might even be like, I don't want to hear this, but But yeah, there might be 2 or 3 different people that deep down have feelings for you. They might not even fully grasp that yet. But yeah. Okay, let's get your chart. Alright, we have coral here. I'm getting breathing exercises for this. Taking, just like 5 to 10 minutes every day to just really ground with your breath. Some pranayama practices. Okay, and I'm getting specifically ocean's breath. The pranayama of ocean breath. We have the rose and the key. It just reminded me of the rose and the slipper. That foam. Yeah, there's a few people that admire you, but one of them does hold the key to your heart here. We have the crown. So I'm seeing this as, the crown chakra and receiving a lot of insight and spiritual growth. We have the starfish. So a lot of that insight is going to be emotional. It may have to do with your family, as I said before. And you're definitely, processing and moving through that. We have the snowflake. So it's about appreciating how unique you are. It is about letting go. It is about Wheel of Fortune off of this, and this is the world, but things are shifting. We have the peace sign here. Okay, I'm getting with that. No, the hardest part is over. And we have the flower. I think you are blossoming. I think you've had a long period of growth, and it's getting to that point where you truly flower and blossom and the fruits are coming in. Okay. We will leave this here, and I do want to ask that I would have abundant appreciation if you could like, comment, share, subscribe, and help get this video out to anybody it's meant for. I should say anybody else that it might be meant for. I thank you so much for being a part of my journey and welcoming me to be a part of your journey as well. Until next time, lovely folk.